So we know that an algebraic expression is a symbolic mathematical statement. If this statement equates two expressions, it is called an equation. The moment it equates two statements, then it is called an equation. An equation must have an equal sign. And linear equations are of order 1. The highest power of the unknown variable is 1. For example, x plus 3 is equals to 17 is a linear equation. 2m minus 5 is equals to 25 is a linear equation. M over 4 minus 3 is equal to 8 is a linear equation. So let us see how to solve these linear equations. Eight x minus 6 is equal to 5x plus 9. So we put the like terms together. Here we'll have 8x minus 5x is equal to 9 plus 6. 3x will be equal to 15. We divide both sides by 3, and our x is equal to 5. We have people who already have. Good. Three x plus 34 minus 8x is equal to 11 minus 9x minus 13. So we put the like terms together, 3x minus 8x plus 9x is equal to 11 minus 13 minus 34 minus 5x plus 9x will give us 4x equal to minus 13 minus 34 is minus 47. 11 minus 47 will give us what? 11 minus 47, what do we get? 36. So x will be equal to 36 divided by 8 is what? Is it 8 or 9? 9 minus. So x is minus 9. So here we need to simplify by removing we normally can get the LCM, but we can also just remove by least common multiple for all of them. So we'll multiply by a number which will remove the denominator. We can multiply by 20. If you multiply the whole expression by 20, you'll have 5 goes into 24 times. 4 times 2 will give us 8y. 4 goes into 25 times, 5 times 3 will give us 15. 20 times 10 will give us 200. 2 goes into 2010 plus 10y. Then we put the like terms together. 8y minus 10y will be equal to 200 minus 15. Minus 2y will be equal to minus 185 plus 185. Y will be equal to 185 divided by minus 2. And you can simplify or not simplify. Can you try out this one? Positive, it is positive. This one is positive plus. What do we get? Yes, so 54 over 11 is okay. Can you write how you got 54 over 11 somewhere there? You put the like terms together, 12 over x minus 3 over x is equals to 4 over 3 plus 1 over 2. This one LCM is x. 12 minus 3 is 9. Will be equal to LCM is 6. 8 plus 3. So that will give us 9 over x being equal to 11 over 6. If you cross multiply 11 over 6, we'll have 9, cross multiply that. We have 9 times 6 being equal to 11x, and x will be equal to 54 over 11. So we can go to so remember how to open brackets. When you're solving this, remember how to open brackets. A plus into bracket B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C. A plus B minus C will be equal to A plus B minus C. A minus B plus C will be equal to A minus B minus C. A minus B minus C will be equal to A minus B plus C. Negative and a negative gives you a positive. So remember that as you sort out this, always. The negative in algebra are the ones which will cause a lot of confusion. So always know how to manipulate. Open the bracket with negative, add negatives and positive, particularly when they are crossing the equal sign, know what number changes. If you know that, this is just addition and subtraction. So that will give us 9x minus 4x plus 3, 11 plus 4x minus 2. Then you put the like terms together. 9x minus 4x minus 4x is equal to 11 minus 2 minus 3. That it gives us x being equal to 11 minus 5. Minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. So our x is 6. So the negatives can hinder your performance. But once you get through the negatives, then you will do well. You can apply this to problems. The sum of two numbers is 120, and their difference is 18. Find the two numbers. So if you let the smaller number be x, the larger number will be x plus 18. So x plus 18 will be equal to 120. x plus 18 equals to 120. 2x will be equal to 120 minus 18. And x will be equal to 1 or 2 divided by 2, which is 51. So can we try out that one? Yeah, the answer is 5. How do you get 5? Let the number be. So when a number is added to and divided by 3 is equal to 4 times that number. That is your statement. So therefore, multiply both sides by 3. X plus 55 would be equal to 12x. 55 is equal to 11x, and x will be equal to 55 divided by 11, which gives you 5. So we can move to simultaneous equations. As I've said, this is what you have learned. We'll move to simultaneous equations and see how we can solve them. We know that basically we can use several methods, but we will be looking at elimination and substitution. So simultaneous equations are being, in this case, we are looking at simultaneous linear equations. These are pairs of equations with two unknown variables. For example, we have 3x plus 2y is equals to 12. 4x minus 2y is equals to 2. The unknown variables are x and y. When we study mathematics, we know that if you have a pair of equations, linear equations, in two unknowns, two variables, then you can be able to get solution. You may be able to get solution, because sometimes you'll find that equations have no solution at all. If the equations are not independent of one another, you might not get solution, or you can get an infinite number of solutions. But at least when the variables are two, there's a likelihood that you can get a solution. So this is an example of simultaneous linear equation. And normally we can also plot their lines, and then where they intersect, that point satisfies the two equations and is a solution to them. So we can use either elimination or substitution to solve this. Um, so if we are looking at elimination method, like this one, we can eliminate y straight away, okay? Because we have the same value here. So you just add. You add, you'll get 7x plus 2y minus 2y will give us 0. Is equals to 14. And x will be equal to 14 over 7, which is 2. Then we substitute in one of them, we'll get y. 3 times 2 plus 2y is equal to 2. 2y will be equal to 12 minus 6, which is 6. And y will be equal to 3. So it's easy to do this. I shouldn't have issues with this. Can we solve that one? Sorry. So it's like that. Thank you. So if you have one like this, you just you, you multiply this by 2 and this one by 3 so that you can eliminate one of them. So you'll have 6x plus 8y equals to 0. 6x minus 9y is equals to 3. So if you subtract here, you'll have this is also 20. It's not 0. Sorry for that. So check, that is not 0, it's 20. Just a minute, let's get that correct. Because if we don't get it correct, this can. So if that is the way it's supposed to be, then we subtract. We have 17, y is equal to 17, and y will be equal to 1. If we substitute back, our y will get 2x minus 3 is equals to 1. 2x is equals to 4, and x is equals to 2. But either way, whatever way this is, the elimination method is a method we can tackle easily. You shouldn't have an issue. Now you need to practice. Whoever is saying sikumbuki kitu, you need to practice this. It would be very embarrassing to fail a question on substitution and elimination at this level. So you need to practice. Can we try this one? X plus 1 is equals to 0. And 2y minus 3x is equals to 10. Using elimination. Yeah, 0. That is 0. Yeah, so the first thing you do is what? Rearrange it. X plus y is equals to 0. And you're using elimination. Then minus 3x plus 2y is equals to 10. Rearrange. Some of you will just start solving that without rearranging. Then multiply this by 2 and this one by 1. 2. Multiply by 2 and this one by 1. So we have 2x plus 2y is equals to 0. Minus 3x plus 2y is equal to 0. So we eliminate 1. 10. This is 10. So you have 2x minus 3x to give us 5x being equal to minus 10. And x is equals to minus 2. So if x is equals to minus 2 plus y is equals to 0. Minus 2 equals to minus 1. And y will be 2. Let us look at substitution. Normally we use substitution where it's not easy to eliminate. So we remove the denominator. For both cases, we just multiply 12. We'll have So that will give us 3 goes there. You can even multiply with the second one, 2x minus 3 over 3 minus 2y plus 3 over 4 equals to 19 over 12. And that will give us 4. So you can see if you start using elimination there, you will not go with x plus y is equals to 8. And here we have 4 into bracket 2x minus 3 minus 3 into bracket 2y plus 3 is equal to 19. Then we open the bracket, we have 4x plus 4y minus 3x minus 3y is equal to 8. 8x minus 12 minus 6y minus 9 is equals to 19. Then we have x plus y is equals to 8. And then here, yeah, you just need to be careful when you're solving this. We have 8x minus 6y is equal to yeah, this one is that is negative. Yeah. So take care. That is negative. That one is negative. If you don't use the negative, you will get into trouble. So that is minus x minus 1. X minus 1. So minus 3x plus 3y. Yeah, this is negative. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the reason why they need to be accurate is when you're testing them. If you use the wrong values, the time you go to test them, you'll be in trouble, okay? So that is why we ensure that we are picking the right values. Otherwise, the time you start testing, you'll find that it is not giving you the right answer. So if we simplify this first one, we'll get 8 4x minus 3x will give us x. 4y plus 3y will give us 7y, being equal to 8. And then 8x minus 6x, 6y should be equal to minus 19 plus 21. So we have 8x minus 6y minus. Yeah, it's minus. This, the reason why you seeing that I'm changing that, if we don't change, our answers will not solve. If you pick the right, if you don't pick the right negatives or positive numbers, you find that you will not solve it. So it's always good to just ensure the numbers we are using are the right ones. Otherwise, when you get your answers, you'll not solve them. They'll not satisfy your equations. And that is part of testing. So we have those two equations. X plus 7y is equals to 8. And 8x minus 6y is equals to 2. So we can solve this simplified one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need to still use substitution. So remember, we are not using elimination because the method we have picked is substitution. We have to use the substitution method. X plus 7y is equal to 8. That is the first equation we formed. The second one was 8x minus 6y is equals to 2. So when we are using substitution, we make x a subject. X is equals to 8 minus 7y. Instead of x here, we substitute. That's why we are calling it substitution. Substitution. That procedure is substitution. So you can disagree with it, but it is substitution. 64. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 7 is what? Numbers 8 times 7 is what? 56. 6y is equals to 2. So we put the like terms together. 64 minus 2 will be equal to 56 minus 56y minus 6y will give us minus 62. 62 will be equal to 62y, and y will be equal to 1. Then you just substitute here, x is equal to 8. Minus 7 times 1. X is equals to 8 minus 7, which is equals to 1. So y is 1, x is 1. And if you substitute back, you have the original equation. Where is the negative? Can you test in the original equation? Is it satisfying this equation? That is why you found me ensuring that it is the same equation. Otherwise, if it is different and you're testing, it will not satisfy this equation. So can you check whether 1 satisfies that equation and the second one? Can you test? We have x is 1, y is 1. This one, it was changed to 19. We changed it to minus 19 over 12. And also that one. Otherwise, if we had not, we would not get answers that satisfy it. So our 1 is equals to y, our x is equals to, does x is equals to 1 and y is equals to satisfy these equations? That is what we should be checking. And not these signs in between. These ones are in the middle there. I need to write them properly. It's not satisfying which one? It's not satisfying which one? The first one or the second one? Which one is not satisfying? Yeah, it satisfies. Because 1 in the upper one, you get 1 plus 1 over 3 minus 1 is 0, equals to 2 over 3. So 2 over 3 is equal to 2 over 3. So that satisfies. And then the second one, you have 2 times 1 is 2 minus 3 over 3 minus, this minus sign is outside, so be careful about that. Minus 2 plus 3 over 4 is equals to minus 19 over 12. LCM here is 12. Up there we'll have minus 1. Sorry, LCM is 12. So 3 goes here 4 times. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. 4 goes here 3 times. 3 times 1 is minus 3 into bracket 5 equals to minus 19 over 12 minus 4 minus 15 over 12 is equals to minus 19 over 12. So you will always know whether you got these things or not by testing. So minus 19, this side is minus 4 minus 15 over 12 is minus 19 over 12, which is equals to minus 19 over 12. So that satisfies. Yeah, so you need to be, what I know is you need to do a lot of practice and be keen. So you cannot get into other businesses here. You have to be keen on what you're doing. The notes have many questions, so work out and be keen. Work out those questions and be keen. So we can look at quadratic equations. We are moving fast because this is just revision. And this is important. Revision, but you need to practice. Yeah, I'll share those notes. I will work on Imasomo to see how I can fast track the fact that we can put them there. So quadratic equations can be written in the form, those are equations that can be written in the form ax squared plus bx. So you can put in that form. Quadratic equations can be written in that form. Where A, B, and C are constants. And A is not equal to 0. Because if A is equals to 0, then it becomes a linear equation. So there are several ways we can solve quadratic equation. We can use factor method, we can use completing the square method, we can use formula, You can use graphs. So if you have an equation like this, and you want to use the factor method, you have to look for these factors. Okay. Normally, when you are looking for factors, you write the equation such that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So if it is not 1, then you divide it appropriately so that the coefficient is 1. Once you do that, you can always look for two numbers, a and b, such that a plus b will be equal to, let me use m and n because the equation has a and b. You confuse the two. When you look for, when you're getting factors and you divide, you have a x squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. You divide the whole of this by t. So that the coefficient of x squared should be 1 when you're using this method. b over a plus c over a is equals to 0. Once you do that, then you're looking for two numbers, m and n, such that m plus n will be equal to b over a, and m times n will be equal to c over a. Then you can factorize easily. Okay. If a is 1, then it becomes even easier. Like in our equation above, a is 1. So we are just looking for m plus n, which will give us 5, and m times n, which will give us 6. In this case, if you have 3 plus 2, it is equal to 5, and 3 times 2 equals to 6. So those become your factors. They replace 5x, you have x squared plus 3x plus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. Then you will factorize out the common factors, x into bracket x plus 3 plus 2 is common, x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x plus 3 is common. You remove it, and you'll have x plus 2 is equals to 0. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. X will be equal to minus 3. X plus 2 is equal to 0. X will be equal to minus 2. Those are solutions to the quadratic question. Remember, you can see that there are two of them. So b squared minus 7b equals to minus 10. You want to solve this quadratic equation. We'll rewrite it as b squared minus 7b plus 10 is equals to 0. We'll look for two numbers such that n times n is equal to 10 and n plus n is equals to 7. What are those two numbers? What are the two numbers that will give us that? Yes. So we'll have minus 2 and minus 5. So b squared minus 2b minus 5b minus 10 is equals to 0. b into bracket b minus 2 minus 5 into bracket b minus 2 is equals to 0. If you open minus 5 times b, will give you minus 5b minus 5 minus 2 will give you plus 10. 10. So you're not changing this expression, you're just rewriting it. Then you have b minus 2 into bracket b minus 5 is equals to 0. b is equals to 2 and b is equals to 5. Two squared minus 7 times 2 plus 10 will give you 0. 2 squared is 4. Minus 14 will give you minus 10. Minus 10 plus 10 will give you 0. 5 squared is 25. 25 minus 35 will give you minus 10 plus 10 will give you 0. So you can always know the good thing. Yeah, we'll use that method. That is the method we are going to use right now, completing the square. So we have to start from what works, because completing the square method is used when you cannot factorize. Okay, in most cases when you cannot factorize. In a situation where you cannot use the method, we have to factorize. Then the best thing to do is use completing the square method. We are going to also use the formula. So all these methods, we are going to apply them. Can you get two numbers such that you multiply, you get 4? It's possible for us to get those two numbers. Mhm. Yeah. That is fine. So if we can, then we don't need to use factorization, because I find factorization very easy. You don't need to use completing square method for a situation where you can get factors easily. It is a waste of time. What about this one? Can you get 5 and 1? Unless, of course, the question wants you to use completing the square method. What I know, it's just like substitution, where it is difficult to use elimination, then you use substitution. But where it is easy to use elimination, if you use substitution, it will take a very long time. So 3 minus 2 will not give us 5. 2 minus 6 will not give us 5. So we are looking for two numbers easily where we can have factors. That is when now we use substitution. Completing the square method. So in completing the square method, because you cannot factorize this, then you remove the constant. You take it on this side and then you rewrite it in a way that you can factorize. X squared plus 5x, ensuring that the coefficient of x squared is 1. You must always ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. To do that, you just add the coefficient of x, take coefficient of x, divide by 2 raised to 2. And when you add that on one side, you also add on this side. In mathematics, we don't create equations. We don't change them. Because we've added 5 over 2 raised to 2, we also add 5 over 2 raised to 2 on the right-hand side. And normally this will just factorize out. We'll have x plus 5 over 2 squared. If this was negative, it would be negative. If this is positive, this will be positive. Then you'll have minus 1 plus 25 over 4. Then you get the square root. Because this is a square, you get the square root. So that will give you x plus 5 over 2 being equal to the square root of, get the LCM is 4. 1 goes here, 4 times minus 4 plus 25. So that will give us x plus 5 over 2 equal to the square root of 21 over 4. And x will be equal to members. Why are you drawing into my work? You want to write for me? Root of 21 over 2 minus 5 over 2. So x, if you get root of 21, it will be plus or minus. Is equal to minus 5 over 2 plus or minus. What do we get there? Root 21 will give us what? The square root of 21 is what? What is the square root of 21? Plus or minus? .583. So your values of x will be 2 minus 5 plus 4.583, and x will also be equal to minus 5 minus 4.583 divided by 2. So x will be equal to what and what? Hmm. Hmm. That is why you will get a recording of this. This is recorded. Kwa hivyo utaizoom mpaka uelewe. Okay? But when you're completing the square, what we are saying is that you can't factorize. So you bring this value that is preventing you from factorizing on this side. Once you bring it on this side, then you can factorize this by taking the coefficient of x, divide by 2 raised to 2. This will always give you a factorized form. And this value, you just pick this one here. If you pick this value here and put here, it will be a complete square. That is why it's called completing the square method. Once you write 5 over 2, this will complete it. So you pick, put here, square it. It's always a complete square with this one. If you take x plus 5 over 2 times x plus 5 over 2, you just get this value here. So once you rewrite it as a complete square, this is a complete square. And on this side, what you've added on this side, you also add here. Then because it's a square, you get the square root on both sides. Square root of this, you get x plus 5 over 2. Then if you get the square root here, you bring this one on this side, then you get your x, the way we are doing it now. X is equals to minus 0.417. You are dividing by 2. We're dividing by 2. If you, this will give you what? Minus. If you divide minus 0.417 over 2, what do you get? Yeah, you get those values. X is equals to minus 0.2087. And this other one, x is equals to minus 4.7913. 7913. Just like we have here, these are correct. These ones are correct. So practice, do a lot of practice. The notes will have, ensure that you do practice for all these sums that are there. At the end of the day, you'll know what to do. Now, we are not in high school. At CI, we are not in high school. So hiyo ya high school wachana nayo huko. But what we are doing is just similar. What we are doing is similar. Okay. We are not doing anything different. But that is what it is. That is exactly what you're saying. To get this value, to complete the square, we take C divided by 2. B divided by 2 raised to 2. You bring it there. Coefficient of x is b. And I say coefficient of x is b. Okay. But in completing your square, in adding the value that will complete your square, you take, as you said, b, the coefficient of x, divide by 2 raised to 2. That will always complete your square, because you're left with x squared and 5x here. Okay. And remember, the coefficient of x squared must be 1 for you to do this. If it is not 1, you divide the way we were dividing the other one. Lawin, thank you. So let us look at formula method. Formula method normally just comes from completing the square. We use the general quadratic equation form to determine the formula. And we complete the square for that. So we just complete the square for this. So we know that the coefficient of x squared must be 1. So that's the first step we take. We divide the whole of this expression by a. Divide by a, divide by a. So we'll have x squared plus a over ax plus c over a is equals to 0. Then we want to complete the square because we cannot factorize. So we subtract c over a from both sides, complete the square, get c as Lawin said that can complete the square. We take the coefficient of x, b over a, by 2, we raise to 2. And we do the same for this side. We add b over a. And let me write these ones properly. They look like 9. It is b over a x plus b over a divided by 2 raised to 2 equal to minus c over a plus b over a. I'm correcting and still writing c over a plus b over a divided by 2 raised to 2. So we know that then will give us x plus b over 2a squared being equal to minus c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. Because that is 2a. Okay. So if we simplify this, we will get the LCM of this is 4a squared. This one will go here, a will go there, 4 a c plus d squared. We get the square root, just like we are doing for completing the square. We'll have x plus b over 2a equal to, if you get the square root in the denominator, you will have 2a. Then in the numerator, you can rewrite it as b squared minus 4ac square root. And then your x will be equal to, bring b over 2a on this side, we'll have minus b over 2a plus square root of b squared minus 4ac Then the LCM is just 2a for all of them, minus b. When you get the square root, it will be plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac. And this is the formula. That is normally the formula we use to solve for quadratic equations. And it's normally the easiest way of solving these things using the formula, because you just get A, B, C, and then you substitute. But you'll find students struggling, given the formula, you even have it within the formula that you'll be given, and you can't do it. So practice. These things is practicing. That is your formula. So from this, you pick A. A is equal to 2. B is equals to minus 5. C is equals to minus 3. Then you have your quadratic formula. So your x will be equal to minus 5 plus or minus square root of squared minus 4. A is 2. C is minus 5. Then you divide by 3. 2 times 2. So that will give you 5 plus or minus root of 25 minus minus will give you positive. Eight times 5 will give us what? Oh, this is 3. Sorry. That is 3, yeah? So that will be less minus 3. Our C is 3. For AC, our C is 3. So that is 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is what? 25. Divide by 4. So that will give us 5 plus square root of 49. Yeah, and you'll always see that you'll always tell you when you're doing these things, when you're wrong. That is the advantage of mathematics. When you're not right, you just know something is wrong somewhere. So that gives us 5 plus or minus 7 over 4. And we'll get 12 over 4, which gives us 3, or minus 2 over 4, which gives us minus x is. And I find that easy. I find it easiest to use the quadratic formula. Now it will be provided if you request. If you can memorize it, that is okay. But if you request, it will be provided. In mathematics, we don't believe in memorizing at this level. We normally just provide. Somebody had carried their hand up. Who is that? Someone had carried their hand up. Yes, you're called clever. Clever. What do you want to tell us? Unmute you. What is this that you want to say? That I must unmute you? Right there. Let me see what you want to say. There is a reason why. If we had opened that mute, we would not be through here. Where is clever? Where are you? So let us look at a word problem that we can solve. Let us look at a word problem that we can solve easily. The others, you will look at them slowly by slowly. Clever, where are you? Tell us, write for us what you want us to. You seem to be having a story. Tuandikie hapo. Yes, if you enter the exam rooms, in the KCSE rooms with calculators, then here you have to, without a calculator, you cannot do any mathematics, really. This mathematics you can do without a calculator. Which one? What do you want to confirm? Fidel, what do you want to confirm? This one. So you cannot be worse than you were when you are at KCSE here. So you will use a calculator. and You will, the formula you want to use, you will request, write them somewhere, we'll photocopy or print them and we will give you, okay? You're not here to torture anyone. Particularly in mathematics, we allow you to use a calculator, we allow you to use formulae. So what you need to know how to do is apply. Apply the formula, apply. There's no using your head to add. Here, you are not going to use your head to add anything. Mathematical tables will give you the formula you require. You'll write for us the formula you require, then we type for you and we give everybody the same. We want to equalize everyone. But ensure you have a calculator. Very often you find people are borrowing calculator. Hmm? Ensure you have a calculator. That is a requirement here. I don't know how you can come to a mathematics exam without a calculator. Someone has written for you their F by 82. Not programmable, of course. And don't think of copying. Don't think of getting chat GPT in the exam room. You'll be expelled. You'll just be expelled. So just prepare for your exam well. This calculate. It's better you get 40 than trying to get 100 and you're expelled from school. Okay? And this will always catch up with you. If you copy, it will always catch up with you in life. There's a time you'll just pay. And you'd better start practicing because you're supposed to have an assignment in the next few days. You're supposed to do a cut in the next few days. So you'd better start practicing this. You don't have time to do a lot of things. You'd better start practicing what we did. That's why you find that I taught you last week because I know it is important to not to waste any time. A group of young men decided to raise 480,000 shillings to start a business. Before the actual payment was made, four of the members pulled out, and each of those remaining had to pay an additional shillings 20,000, determine the original number of members. So you let the original number of members be X. So originally each had to pay 480 over X. After four withdrew, each had to pay 480. And this is equal to 4,800 over X plus 20,000 will be equal to 480 divided by X minus 4. So that is how you relate the two and then you solve the two. So the LCM there is just X. You can divide the whole expression by removing these zeros. You see, you can remove, there are many zeros here, so you can remove the ones that you can. If you divide the whole expression by 10,000, you'll remove all these zeros. You can start by doing that so that it becomes easy for you. You'll have 48 over X plus 2 is equals to 48 over X minus 4. Then you multiply the whole expression by X into bracket X minus 4. That will give you 40. If you multiply this by that, so that will give us 48 times X minus 4 We're looking for a way of just simplifying this. Plus 2x into bracket x minus 4. Then here you'll have being equal to 48x. Because this x minus 4 cancels with x minus 4 up there. So if you simplify this, you'll have 48x. 48 times 4 will give us what? 192 plus 2x squared minus 8x being equal to 48x. This 48x and that one just disappear. You divide the whole expression by 2. You'll have x squared minus 4x minus 96 is equals to 0. Then you can solve this using the formula. A is equals to 1, B is equals to minus 4, C is equals to minus 96. Minus, B is minus. So x will be equal to minus minus 4 plus or minus square root of b squared all squared minus 4. A is 1, C is minus 96. Divided by 2a. X will be equal to 4 plus or minus 16 plus 4 times 96 is what? 384. X is equals to 4 plus or minus root of 384 plus 16 is what? 100. X is equals to 4 plus or minus square root of 40 is 20. Divided by 2. X will be 4 plus 20 divided by 2, which is 12. X will be equal to 4 minus 20 divided by 2 minus 16 divided by 2. That is minus 8. And we know that we can't have a minus of numbers. So therefore, therefore we pick our x to be, original number of people will be 12. So This helps a lot. Mathematics is very useful. You can see without mathematics, you will really struggle to get this answer if you didn't know it. It's used worldwide to do a lot of things. These are just some of the basics. This world would really be in trouble without mathematics. Every house, every road, every numbers mean everything. The time. So you need to embrace mathematics and know that you're learning something that is quite valuable. So we can stop there. I'll try and ensure that these notes, and because there are people who have a class now who missed, so they need to have this. Otherwise, you can stop there. Thank you too. Bye.